So you need to find an idea that actually solves a problem in the society, and there is a need for that solution. And that is when an idea can be turned into a successful business. Next slide, please. Right, so now that I've said that an idea needs to solve a problem, and since we're introduced as the big pitch winners, and the company that we proposed was Neurogether, which is now a registered company, it all started with an idea as well. So what was the idea? So my co-founders, John, Carter, myself, we are all linked with neuroscience. We are PhD or master's neuroscience students. Carol here, she is in life sciences, not as close to neuroscience, but still. But what we found that was, amongst all the social media or the communities available in the world, there is not a single dedicated networking platform that could actually help us connect, network, or like have a marketplace and access resources and such. So we saw that there was a gap in the market, and that was a problem that created an idea that we need to have a platform, Neurogether, solve it. And that is how the journey of Neurogether began.
Teamwork. Teamwork is about supporting each other, about creating something together. We need to create something, we need to have a plan for it. We need to meet, we need to gather together, sit, brainstorm, and just talk about like what we want to do, what we want to create. Very often we have completely different ideas, what we want to create, what we want to have. And quite often it's like we think that we have the same idea, but on the end it's like everyone has something else. So during the process of planning, of creating, you actually have to kind of, agree for things which you sometimes don't want to, but on the end, you, as a team, you create something amazing, because when there's like more than just one person, and if you can cooperate, you can really pick up the best bits of all you have in your head, of all you have in your mind, and you can create something amazing. But it requires you to listen and to cooperate and to sometimes try to understand the other points of view, the other side, the other person, which is, I think, also quite hard when you are having a team and when you are creating it. And it's also quite important that when you are entering something like business, it's worth to actually think if the people you choose, if they are right for you to work with. I have an amazing team, I need to admit, and it's just so cool to have some good people around to work with, because even though we're arguing sometimes and don't agree on some things, we can create something really, really amazing on the end. Like, we are after like 10 months of creating Neurogether, I think, almost a year, and even though it's been like a hard journey, it's been an amazing journey with these people, and even if this doesn't work, which I believe it will, but it's such a great experience, so go guys and try things.
I was going to say, in terms of like mentoring, we did get the help from the big pitch, but a lot of it was we went out and did our own research. We spent hours reading stuff online, government websites, but even things like reading business help books, listening to podcasts, talks on YouTube. TED Talks are a really, really good resource as well. There is a lot of research you can do and a lot of things you'll learn, and once you start doing it, you'll also hear, oh, this person said this, then I'm hearing it in this resource, and I'm reading it here, and you'll start finding there's a lot of key things that lead from many different...
Keep your mind open for like all sorts of resources, because they are coming when you don't expect it. There's a lot of stuff.
The idea of your business can even completely change and grow. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this, but the initial idea for Neurogether was an idea that me, UTKARSH and Carter had in the pub, and we wanted to do a podcast.
As I said, pubs are one of the
and now we've set up a global social media platform, so it can change completely.
Absolutely.
But it's just all about your ideas. Like you said, teamwork is key. I know what I know from my life and working. I wouldn't know how to go about starting a business, but then UTKARSH had this idea and how we can start it, and how we can grow it, and how we can create it. And Carter brought in ideas, KAROLINA's brought in ideas. Like, we've all added bits to this business and changed it from day one. And Yeah, it's going really, really well, thankfully.
Talk about the product itself a little bit. This is all written in PHP. It's a coding language that mainly found on WordPress, and you can do it yourself. It's rather simple to build. It comes with a bunch of built-in programs as well that you personally, anyone can go ahead and just add these into your simple website. But essentially what we went with was a Facebook-style profile. And if you look at it, it has a lot of very similar aspects to your quintessential social media network. As you can see, there's photos, there's videos that you can post on whatnot. You can even share content. There's a messaging platform that are for other people to go onto. On Neurogether in particular, we do podcasts. We also do editorials, which you can see right there.
Also guest editorials.
Guest editorials as well. So we also take in people from Anglia Ruskin University or anywhere that wants to do a guest editorial, and we post them up on there. Neuroscience related, of course, because it has to remain specific to the topic. However, we take editorials that might not be considered neuroscience at first, but you might be able to convince us otherwise. Since it's populated mainly by neuroscientists and neuropsychologists, it has to be targeted. That being said, know your audience. We are brain scientists, and the brain's involved in anything. So why don't we have a website where everyone can go on and start to actually involve themselves?